12-year-old Carson Cleland died by suicide in Prince George, threatened by a stranger online who had intimate photos of him. Alexandra Ford has lived through the isolation and fear that comes with that kind of threat.
I both wanted to log on to connect with people, but also knowing that when I logged on, I was going to get a barrage of hateful messages calling me every name in the book.
Cleland's death is the second high-profile case out of BC. In 2012, Amanda Todd took her own life after being threatened online. More than a decade later, reports of sextortion in Canada have reached new highs. Just under 5,000 incidents reported between June 2022 and September 2023. Of those cases, nearly 90% involved young men and boys. Salima Noon has been teaching sex education in BC schools for 20 years. She says the questions she receives from students have changed.
This school year, I've had grade 6 and 7s ask me anonymous questions about foot fetishes. And I know this is coming from sites like OnlyFans.
BC's Attorney General has been meeting with the CEOs of sites like OnlyFans, urging them to comply with legislation that protects victims. She says the old school advice to not talk to strangers online is unrealistic, but there are behaviors to watch out for.
Someone being way too attentive to you, asking too many questions, wanting to know everything about you. Look for someone who's asking you to shift platforms. You met them on Roblox and now they want to talk to you on Snapchat. No, do not switch platforms.
With more and more people sharing their most intimate moments online, anyone, young or old, can fall victim. The advice from those who help in these cases: never pay someone who is threatening you.
These images will not be distributed because this is a financial gain for these people, and they have no incentive to actually post those images if you're not willing to pay. It's actually a risk to the exploiters because that's going to paint a target on them and make them easier to track by the authorities.
With a second teen death recorded in BC, parents and guardians reminded to banish the shame that comes when a mistake made online seeps into the real world. Michelle Gassoub, CBC News, Vancouver.
This coverage can be very upsetting for some people. If you or someone you know needs help, you can reach the BC Crisis Centre 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The number is 1-800-784-2433. That is also 1-800-SUICIDE. They offer help in more than 140 languages. You can also call or text the nationwide suicide prevention hotline. That number is 988.